Good morning, I'm WaywornWyrm, and welcome to my channel, and welcome back to the Monster Manual Backward. We are continuing to go through Appendix A. We're going to be here for a bit, but today we're going to talk about snakes. And to kick off our talk about snakes, we're going to start with a constrictor snake. So constrictor snake is a large beast, unaligned, with an armor class of 12, 2d10 plus 2 hit points, a speed of 30 feet, and a swim speed of 30 feet. Strength of 15, dex of 14, constitution of 12, 1 intelligence, 10 wisdom, 3 charisma. It has blind sight to 10 feet and a passive perception of 10. It speaks no language, is challenge rating 1/4, and it has 2 abilities. It can bite, which is a weapon melee attack, plus 4 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 creature, and it does 1d6 plus 2 piercing. Or there is constrict, a melee weapon attack, plus 4 to hit, reach of 5 feet, 1 creature. On a hit, it does 1d8 plus 2 bludgeoning damage, and the target is grappled, escape DC 14. Until this grapple ends, the creature is restrained, and the snake can't constrict another target. So, given that this is large and it has a swim speed, I think this is supposed to represent like an anaconda. So, we're already starting off with like a big snake. It has the lowest intelligence in the game. Its blind sight, I assume, is there to show things like seeing in infrared, which some snakes can do to some degree, and or as they essentially taste the air with their tongue. I'm not precisely sure. So I would have this as a random encounter. Probably in a jungle. This would be a combat. Their intelligence is too low to do anything else with them. With 13 hit points, 1, maybe 2 good hits, and it's dead. With an armor class of 12, it's easy to hit. The challenge rating 1/4. I mean, 1 first level character, as long as it could avoid being constricted, it'd have a favorable matchup against the constrictor snake. It just, yeah, I'm having difficulty trying to come up with a way that a constrictor snake could come out on top, guaranteed, against a first level character. And I mean, I guess if it attacked like a wizard and got either max damage or close to max damage, because even wizards have pretty alright first level hit points. So that is all on the constrictor snake. We're next going to move on to the giant constrictor snake. Next up on our list is the giant constrictor snake, which is a huge beast, unaligned, armor class of 12, so that hasn't changed. Hit points of 8d12 plus 8, a speed of 30 feet, a swim speed of 30 feet, 19 strength, 14 dex, 12 constitution, 1 intelligence, 10 wisdom, 3 charisma. Gets a +2 to perception, blind sight of 10 feet, a passive perception of 12, no languages, its challenge rating 2. It can bite with a +6 to hit, reach of 10 feet, 1 creature, and it does 2d6 plus 4 piercing. Or it can constrict as a melee weapon attack, +6 to hit, reach of 5 feet, 1 creature. On a hit, it does 2d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage, and the target is grappled, escape DC 16. Until this grapple ends, the creature is restrained, and the snake can't constrict another target. Basically, this is the exact same thing as the constrictor snake, just slightly better. And I would use it in the same way. I'd probably build it up a bit, because it is a huge beast. But other than that, this is a combat encounter. Yeah, with a very unintelligent creature. It's not wonderful, but it's also not the worst thing. So with that, we are going to move on. Number 3 on our list is the flying snake, which I couldn't find a good picture of. It is a tiny beast, unaligned, armor class of 14, which makes it the hardest to hit so far, with 2d4 hit points, speed of 30 feet, fly speed of 60 feet, and a swim speed of 30 feet. It has 4 strength, 18 dex, 11 con, 2 intelligence, 12 wisdom, and 5 charisma. It has blind sight out to 10 feet, passive perception of 11, no languages, challenge rating 1/8. Flyby. The snake doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach. And it can do a bite, melee weapon attack, +6 to hit, which is a lot higher than I thought it would be. Reach of 5 feet, 1 target. It does 1 piercing damage plus 3d4 poison damage. A flying snake is a brightly colored winged serpent found in remote jungles. Tribespeople and cultists sometimes domesticate flying snakes to serve as messengers that deliver scrolls wrapped in their coils. And that is one of the big things that I would use flying snakes for. There might be a swarm of flying snakes. If so, we'll get to that when I do the swarm episode. I plan on doing all of the swarms either at once or maybe break it up into like 2 or 3 episodes. But +6 to hit and 3d4 poison damage plus 1 piercing on a challenge rating 1/8 creature is pretty damn awesome. Although poison is statistically the worst type of damage in the game outside of your normal. I don't even know if it may or may not be worse than your normal piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning, because more creatures have resistance to poison than any other resistance. So again, I would use these either in random encounters or as messenger flying snakes. That'd be awesome. And a good way to either start an adventure or learn something that they need to know is by intercepting a flying snake. Either the party takes the snake down somehow, or they find an injured or dead one with its message. But with that, let us move on to the last 2 snakes. The third snake we're going to be looking at today is the poisonous snake, which is a tiny beast, unaligned, has a strength of 2, a dexterity of 16, constitution of 11, intelligence of 1, wisdom of 10, charisma of 3. Has blind sight out to... Oh, I forgot the first little bit. Armor class is 13, 1d4 hit points, speed of 30 feet, swim speed of 30 feet. Going back to its senses, blind sight out to 10 feet, passive perception of 10, no languages, challenge rating 1/8. And its only ability is bite. +5 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target. On a hit, it does 1 piercing damage, and the target must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, or take 2d4 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. Which, again, that packs a pretty big wallop. given its challenge rating. This is one of the few creatures in Appendix A that really jumps out as what I would do to slightly change it, and the picture shows it. I would make a spitting snake. I would give it a ranged weapon attack. I would either lower the amount to hit, which mechanically you can't do. But I mean, you know, you're the DM, you can do whatever. Or what I would do is make it a ability that recharges on probably either a 5 or a 6. And when I say 5 or 6, I mean either it's an ability that recharges on 1d6 roll of 5 or 6, or it recharges on only a roll of 6. And then that's just, so you start every turn with it and roll 1d6 to see if it recharges. I would, again, use this as a random encounter, but I would put poisonous snakes on actually most of my random encounter tables that have just normal animals on them, regardless of terrain, because poisonous snakes can be found in most places. And now, let us move on to the last of our snakes. For the last of the snakes today, we're going with the giant poisonous snake, and yes, I do have to use a picture of a cobra. Although the cool thing about this cobra is what its hood looks like, which is why you're seeing it from the back. A giant poisonous snake is a medium beast, which again puts it on par with like people. It's unaligned, armor class of 14, 2d8 plus 2 hit points, a speed of 30 feet, a swim speed of 30 feet, a strength of 10, dexterity of 18, constitution of 13, 2 intelligence, which ties it with the flying snake for the smartest snake, 10 wisdom, 3 charisma. It's a +2 to perception, and it has a blind sight out to 10 feet and a passive perception of 12. Speaks no languages, and its challenge rating 1/4. Its only ability is a bite attack, +6 to hit, reach 10 feet, 1 target. On a hit, it does 1d4 + 4 piercing, and the target must make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw, or taking 3d6 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. And that attack, again, it's a very powerful attack given its low challenge rating. But again, hit armor class of 14 with 2d8 plus 2 hit points. It's not going to last very long. I'm still okay with its challenge rating. Now, what I would probably do is up its challenge rating to like a half and add in a ranged attack. And this ranged attack would just be the poison part of its poison attack, or of its bite attack. I don't think I'd make this one rechargeable, or if I did, it would be like a 4 to 6. Because it's a giant poisonous snake, it's supposed to be harder than the little one. Yeah, so I would do the same thing I would do with a poisonous snake, with a giant poisonous snake. It'd just be less often. So yeah, that is all of our snakes. Thank you so much for watching. And make sure you tune in tomorrow for the next episode of The Fires of Nilfgaard. Thank you.